Hey Wendy, how you doing this morning? Got a little light rain falling this morning, Sunday morning here in Virginia. Thought I'd take a little walk with you and drag you around the block here, so to speak. Anyway, it is just a little light rain. Very pretty day, other than that. So let's take a walk, see how long we can go. I'm using a monopod here. I might have to adjust the length of it a little bit, I don't know. I'm gonna try to walk and see what we can see out and about here in Virginia. See if Chico wants to come with me. You gonna come with me, buddy? You gonna hang? It's raining a little bit. All right, you chill. Guard the garage. I see a little bunny down there by the road. There he goes. I haven't walked this trail front to back straight through in a long time. Normally takes about a minute, 2 minutes if I push it. But maybe 5 minutes today. I've cleared it quite a bit. Because it is raining, I'm going to go uphill instead of down. That way if I slip and fall, I might be able to catch myself a little bit easier than if I'm hoofing it downhill. And these are my neighbors. These are my neighbors. One of them is mowing across there. Anyway, so this is the trail. I kind of opened it up a little bit. I let this end of the trail grow over because nobody can see it from the road, but then I try to maintain the rest of it. Over the years I've maintained it more or less from year to year, just depending on my mood and what's going on, but for the most part I've kept it fairly open. As you can see, there's not a lot of trees in the path or anything like that, you know, growing. Naturally, trees fall, and I cut them up and move them out of the way. Try to use them as little borders to border the fence or to border the trails, kind of like what you'd see in any park type environment. This is our little piece of America. I used to run my Jeep through this trail. My XJ used to run through the trail here quite a bit. Smacked it up against a couple of trees. Really beat the piss out of that truck, but you know. But yeah, so I try to keep it open. Try to keep it clear. This was the original road at one time. Down there, that section, you can sort of see where the road is now, and just up towards me you can see where that was cleared at one time. But all these rocks and stuff in there, I just dig them. I love it. A lot of people hate this terrain because there's so much limestone around here, but I like it. I'm not going to be really building a whole lot of stuff out here, so it should be fine. But this is the trail that I just recently cleared because it had overgrown quite a bit. And again, this is the trail up along the road, so that's why I just let it go. I know that people have shot deer on this land and come into the land and drug them off, throw them in the back of their truck and drive away. I know they've done it. We've seen them do it. I went ahead and ran the trail down there to let out in the neighbor's driveway and back out on the road. It used to go to the left, but again, you can see that from the road, so I just let it grow up. And then I cut a new trail right through here just recently. And that's so I could avoid going down there. Again, to keep the trail hidden from just passers-by. And you can see where I just opened this trail up. You can clearly see where I just cut this down. I just cut it down, mowed it, moved some of the trees out of the way. And I took a trimmer through here to clear some more of it. And that's the neighbor's house. Right there. And then this is the trail, and I just opened this one up after several years. I let it go for a couple of years, maybe 2 or 3. I just opened it up. And this is a pretty steep incline. And again, because it's raining, if I were coming down this, I mean, you know, going downhill, I don't want to take a tumble. Going uphill, it's easier for me to catch myself, I think. This is a side trail. Again, you can see where I cut the trees and kind of lay them out to keep the barrier. You can't really see it, but the house is right through there. I'm not in the best of shape, admittedly. I need to exercise more. I need to walk more, just like most of us. Never been a runner, so that's probably not in the cards for me. But I don't mind hoofing it. I've got a pretty steady gait. And you can see where I let this trail go. And if you're really observant, you can see where the deer kept it open. On the left side looking down, on the right side looking up. You can make out a path that's beat down by wildlife. It's raining a little bit harder now. It's not so bad. See some dead trees. Path down to the road. And I'm hoofing it up. I hope you get out here, Wendy. One thing that I never let anybody really do is get to know me, because of my fears that you wouldn't like me if you knew of my criminal past. You wouldn't like me if you knew of my alcoholism. 6 DWIs, God knows how many drunken publics. Never been a violent person, never hurt anybody. I just get drunk and loud, obnoxious, hit on women, argue the point. Never fought anybody. I was never a fighter. But yeah, this is a trail I just opened up again. I just opened it up along the fence line here. I've got a bad neighbor. Doesn't necessarily respect the property, the boundaries. I keep this one open. This was always a nice place for camping. It'd be a good spot for a tiny home, little cabin. I thought about sticking an old Volkswagen bus up here and do an Airbnb hippie experience with an old VW bus and a little fire ring and a couple of logs cut into chairs. You know, I don't know, just an idea. But this goes down. That's the bad neighbor's house through there. I can take the trail to the right and go back down to the house. I'm going to stay on the left. And this takes us back to the back 40. Again, I do have the trail cut along the fence line. I just don't walk it. I keep it cut just to maintain it. Just keep an eye on the fence, basically. But the rest of it here, I walk these trails. See, I need to cut that back just because it's encroaching. It's encroaching, and my bride doesn't like this stuff to encroach. I can't get her to walk these trails, Wendy. You know, I gotta cut this down so my golf cart can fit through. Bring some pruners out here with me sometime. We've got a good steady rain right now. This is the back 40 area that I showed you. You can see here, this is a good, oh, look at this pretty little guy. Look at this pretty little fella. He's a tiny one. Oh, a good looking guy. There you go, buddy. You're pretty cool, man. You're a tiny guy. I like seeing the tiny ones. That's very cool. It's another neighbor's house. Down there was where the little place is I have mowed for an RV spot. It is rain. It's a good rain right now. Pretty steady. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up though. Hoof it up. This is back down along the fence line again. You can sort of see where animals maintain a path to a certain degree. You can sort of see, but I try to keep it cut. I actually mow this whole area. I just haven't done it yet this year. Sometimes I just go out here and play around a little bit for a few hours and cut little trails, you know, just to keep it interesting and keep it different. But again, this is a good path. It's a good trail. And there's usually lots of wildlife. But of course, I was walking and talking. I wasn't really paying attention to everything that was out there. This is a new cattle gate I put up. Left it open enough so I could get through with a mower and a golf cart. Just to keep people out, because people come back here and party, do donuts and raise hell and stuff, and well, you know, creates additional working problems for me. So this is a trail that I just cut back open, you know, I don't know, last week sometime, the week before. It's just to run the mower across the thing. It's not rocket science. Look at this little guy here. He's a little bit bigger. He's a little bigger. He's going all in. I'll set you off to the side here a little bit. You're a good looking one too. You see our North American box turtle. Now this is what the Appalachian Power did when they came here and cut through everything to clear the easement so that the power wouldn't go out. They just left a bunch of debris there. I want to cut it down and cut a trail through there and keep it open. I just haven't done so yet. There's a lot of stuff in there I need to burn, so I'm waiting for it to be like this where there's more green, so I can burn some of the burnable stuff. You can see a little pile right there in front of us, but I just haven't gotten around to it. We'll get back in the woods here to get out of some of this rain. I've got this trail here that I try to maintain. This is another one. I just opened it back up really to get the access. Now I hear deer through there. They're running through there. I can hear them snorting. But I just opened this trail back up here so that it was easily passable. Just a few days ago, last week, I guess. You can see little deer action here. I mean, they're all over the place out here. You've seen the pictures. I've had 10 of them in my backyard at a time. This part of the trail, I left it kind of closed up a little bit. Again, that way you can't see it from the road, because you can see the road right there. I just try not to have it blatantly wide open so people think it's an invite or whatever, you know. I think it's, I don't know, National Forest or something. I haven't a clue what people think. But that's it. That's a complete circle. We started right over there on the other side of that locust there. You see where I opened it up. This was once a pond, spring-fed pond that's since dried up. But this is back to the front, and that's where we started. We'll just head on back up to the hill and see if Harley or if Chico is still maintaining security at the garage facility. We'll see. Actually started getting a good rain here now, which is all right. I was going to mow yesterday, but oh well. Maybe I'll have a few days rest of mowing and trimming and pruning. I'll just chill. Work on my civil rights activism. That's what I do. Well, that was it, hon. That was the walk. I don't know what we did, maybe 15 minutes, but it's a good walk. It's nice. Come walk with me. Let's talk. Love you, Wendy. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.